Good evening, everybody. This is Michael Filicaro with LogicalSignals.com with the Elliott wave update for the NASDAQ 100 for Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. It actually was a day that we took a good look at last night and saw that it should happen and really went down in more detail as to how it would happen, that it's a C wave and the C wave can move very viciously and very quickly. And that's exactly what happened. When we left it last night, we had labeled the A wave and the B wave, looking for the C wave to complete a minor wave 2. And we needed to count 5 waves up, but at the time, it was more or less here, kind of leaning towards that it could go. We were looking at the shorter term charts at the time, and it was looking very promising that we would start to break the moving averages and also Fibonacci resistance and get up to a target that we had at the time of 12,835. It exceeded that target and since has come back down below, in fact, almost 100 points below, where it eventually topped. I'm leaving open the possibility, so I haven't put the label C on it yet, and I've not labeled it as the minor 2 because I have to leave open the possibility that it could turn and come back up. And that's clearer on the shorter term charts. In fact, before I do that though, I want to throw on the Fibonacci because this is the easier chart to do it from. And then we're going to take it down to there. No, 93. It did go there. And then we're going to take it up to that high. Okay. Let's go down to the lower term charts. And we can see that where it got up to, and now we've got Fibonacci's for it coming off and where these are going to be important levels. And you're going to see that 3A2 right now is kind of coordinating very close to the 20. Whereas the 50% is close to the 100 and the 618 is actually below the 50-day. So as the market unfolds, I would expect that it could get to 618 pretty quickly. But because you can see where the moving averages are, that it could kind of just bebop around and maybe wait a little bit, or could pause in that area. But this is how this decline, if it's the third wave and the start of minor wave 3 of intermediate wave 3. So it's, it's a 3 of 3 move. It should get going. Similar, and seriously, as these corrective waves, it got going. That's now what I'm looking for on the downside, but to even be more, even to be greater. And it's actually not looking too bad. Here's our top side we have. And you can see that on both the hourly. All the charts will line up to their highs, basically. And that comes off in 5. So the market continues to drop in 5 waves, rally in 3. So it's dropping in 5s and rallying in 3s. That's encouraging for additional downside. So you can start to hone in a little bit on direction. And now we're going to add that it's going to reach levels of it'll begin to accelerate lower, just very similar to how it accelerated higher. We had periods of we're going, and then we had like 1 bar of correction, and the rest was like, get out of our way. And that's exactly how it was today, folks. I'm not joking. So I'd be expecting it now to the downside. And we can move it down to a little bit, the 5-minute chart, and we can see how it's progressing. And if we're going to count, we can count that this is the first wave, first small wave. That's the second wave. And now we're in the 3 of the 3 of the 3. And it should start to get going. It's looking promising, I'll tell you, because it appears to be subdividing. And I could go 1, 2, 1, 2, which, because it's jerking around, come on, there you go, which really does suggest, and you can see it's even doing it again. So I have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. And then you're going to have a 4, 5 of this 3, and then a 4 and a 5 of this 3, and then another 4 and a 5 of this 3. So you can see as it starts to extend what it's going to take before you're going to get to the bottom. There's a lot to come if indeed this is the beginning of that third wave. So it is looking more promising. But don't forget, when you're on a 2-minute and you get a clean 5 down, it's going to rally. And you're looking at in the NASDAQ, that can be anywhere between 20 and 50 points. So you just keep yourself open and you keep trading to what's in front of you. Both directions are tradable. Don't get married to either one. And really trade using Elliott, using your Fibonacci, and using your moving averages. Combining the three puts a very neat, nice ribbon around the entire package. Do not fight the market. It's not profitable, even though you know it's going to turn around. You know it's going to go in the direction you need. So I'm going to sit with this position. It's not something you can sustain. Eventually, you get knocked out. In any case, you didn't have to lose the money. You could have just had the other side of the position, and you could have just rode it. We're day traders. We get to change our minds every other second. In any case, here's the preview for tomorrow. I'm looking for some downside. I'm looking for it to accelerate. I am leaving open the possibility that the NASDAQ may just turn on its heels and go and finish back up towards 12,900 and then 13,000. So I'm sorry, 12,900, so it's right about there-ish, and then 13,000. And those are realistic levels if we get a return to this type of buying. Otherwise, it turns and the sellers take over and we drop. That's it for tonight. And the next update will be tomorrow, March the 10th.